Hey, y'all, I'm back. I'm starting to sweat in here, and it really ain't that hot. But anyway, down to the second to the last thing I got to do in this kitchen. I have put a liner in my crock pot. These are the best things known to man. I wish I had invented them. They do work. So that when you're cooking something like macaroni and cheese, it doesn't like stick uncontrollably and it's just a mess. So anyway, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to use, don't ask me why, probably because I sent one of the boys to the grocery store at some point, or my husband, and they got the wrong kind of butter. So this is butter with olive oil and sea salt. Okay. But I'm going to use it in this recipe. So I'm going to put, let's see, 4 tablespoons in the bottom of this. And then I'm going to layer some mac and cheese that's al dente into my crock pot. And I'll layer it because I want all the flavors to get equally in it. Because you know in the crock pot you cover it and you're really not supposed to open it, from what I understand, till it's done. So it'll be in a 2-layer kind of thing here for me. And I've seen a lot of crock pot recipes for mac and cheese, and I like them. And I use them a lot. I'm definitely going to use this a lot coming up on tailgating season for football. That was about a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to shake about a half a teaspoon of dried mustard. And where's my paprika? Hold on. I'm getting a mess here. I'm going to clean this mess up. Going in right now. Now I'm going to put one more of these little 4 tablespoons of olive oil, sea salt, butter. But you can use what you want. I mean, you know, it's your choice. Now here's the good key about this, in my opinion. This is not a low-calorie recipe if that's what you're hunting. I'm going to use what I've got, which I've got cream cheese. So to make it really creamy, I'm going to use 8 ounces of cream cheese. So I'm going to divide this in 2 and then quarter it so that it's kind of even. Okay, look, I don't know anybody else. They sweat from their head, but I do. So hold on a minute. Because Lord knows I don't want any sweat dripping down into my cooking. I need like one of them headbands, I think. Do-rag or something. Anyway, okay, back to this. Now, I'm going to put, I cheated and bought shredded cheese already because I didn't want to have to shred this much cheese because I knew I had a lot to do. I'm going to put half of the Colby Jack. It's a 8-ounce bag. And half of the sharp cheddar in this middle layer. Okay. And then I'm going to add half of a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. I guess you could use sour cream too, I don't know. Now, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of almond milk, just because I have it, and it'll sweeten it a little bit. And I've got enough savory in there that that'll be okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my next layer. Let me turn this water off. Look, y'all, I just try to keep it real. I mean, if you're cooking for a big crowd, you multitasking. Well, that's how I do. I don't know if anybody else does, but I got something boiling while I got something in the oven and whatever. Got chicken brining and all that good stuff. This was about 32 ounces of macaroni, okay, that I picked up at Aldi. They have great prices there on stuff like this. I think I can get this in here. This is going to be one full crock pot. Sure is. Okay, now I'm going to do that same thing again. Let me remember what I did. Salt and pepper. Where's my little spoon? Okay. Oh, there it is. I love this little thing. About a teaspoon. About a teaspoon of salt. And I just love these little things that carry it like this. And then you don't have to shake it while you're filming and your arms are all flappy. Just saying. That's why I use it. I don't know why anybody else does, but whatever. Okay, smoked paprika. Dried mustard. cream cheese. Come on. Look, I try to work fast, y'all, but you know, it is what it is. And cream cheese is not real cooperative for speed when you're trying to divide that stuff up. But it sure is good. It sure is. Okay, let me wipe my hands. And to finish it off, the rest of the cheese. Spread that out. Sharp cheddar, Colby Jack. And look, I don't write this stuff down, so I won't be posting a written recipe because I'm kind of making this up as I go. So you'll have to rewatch the video if you want to write down the recipe. And I apologize for that, but that's how it is when you don't cook. I'm going to put the rest of that evaporated milk, another about a quarter cup of almond milk for the sweetness. And then I'm going to top it off with just some 2% milk. I want it to be creamy, and I don't want it to dry out while I'm at lunch with my friends. And I think we're getting a pedicure for her birthday. So that looks to be about a cup, okay? Now look, when I get home, this will be the first thing that I check. And if it needs a little extra moisture, I will then add a little more milk. But that looks pretty good to me. And to top it off, I'm going to go and use this last little 4 tablespoons of butter, since this is a huge crock pot full of macaroni and cheese. Where's my little knife? And hopefully that will ensure that it does not dry out on me. I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to start it on low in here in just a few minutes so that it'll cook 6 hours. I'll wash my hands so I can cut this segment off. And there you have it. That's my crock pot macaroni and cheese for today. It's always a little different every time I make it. Again, I apologize for that, but that's just how we roll. Okay, I'm going to get my deviled eggs together. That's pretty simple and not real fancy. So I'm going to crack those eggs and divide them in 2 and mix them up. And I'll show you what I'm doing. Cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Stay tuned.